to hear with it, I tell you. A jar of mayonnaise, $8. That's not even for the Mondo Econo size. That's for a jar of mayonnaise. You know, I am fed up. And to protest, I'm going to make my own. And I'm going to show you how to do it. Now, this is not complicated, so don't freak out. This is pretty easy to do. You can easily double this recipe, and it's just fine. But for the purposes of this video, I'm going to make, it's going to yield right about just under a cup of mayonnaise. And that's enough to make a few sandwiches pretty darn happy, or make a batch of potato salad. All right, so let's go. In my jar, I use a wide mouth jar. I have 1 fresh egg. Just got it this morning, guys. My chickens are happy. They are doing good things. Okay, to this egg. And you'll see some recipes that say egg yolk only. You know what? I've never had any problems using the entire egg. So in the name of simplicity, that's what we're going to do. A whole egg, okay? And to that, we're going to add 1 teaspoon. Now, I get my vinegar. I get my organic vinegar in like huge, big thingies. You guys didn't need to see me messing around with that, trying to get a teaspoon of it out. But that's what we're doing here. This is 1 teaspoon of white vinegar. Now, like I said, I use the organic. And, you know, if it doesn't make or break you one way or another, use what you got on hand. Doesn't matter to me. It's not going to hurt my feelings if you just use plain old whatever vinegar. I wouldn't recommend apple cider vinegar in this recipe, though. Play around with it. You're not out a small fortune that you had to mortgage your youngest for. If it messes up, it's okay. You're out maybe 13 cents, even if you don't raise your own eggs. Okay? So keep that in mind. $8 for a jar of mayonnaise. 13 cents. Okay, so we have our teaspoon of vinegar in here. To that, we're going to add, I don't have any fresh lemons, so I am using just plain old lemon juice. And I'm going to add 2 teaspoons of my lemon juice. Yeah, more or less. You know, don't overthink it. It's not complicated. You don't have to be precise, exact. Oh my goodness, I'm going to die to death if I get a little more or a little less. 2 teaspoons, thereabouts. So that's added. Now what we're going to do, we're going to add 1 teaspoon of regular plain old yellow mustard. Not the mustard powder. This is just my regular old hot dog mustard. Now, a word about this. You can use Dijon. You can use whole ground. You can use brown. You can use any kind of mustard. That's the point I'm getting to. You can use any kind of mustard you want to for this. The only thing persnickety about this recipe is you. Yep, own it. Wear it like a badge, baby. We like what we like, right? Okay, so there we have it. Let's run it down again. We have 1 egg. We have 2 teaspoons of lemon juice, fresh or otherwise. In my case, I cornered the market on otherwise. 1 teaspoon of white vinegar. 1 teaspoon yellow mustard. Like I said, if you want to do the Grey Poupon, if you want to do all that fancy jazz, you do it. Whatever makes you happy. We're going to add not even a teaspoon of salt. We're going to use That's good. Half a teaspoon. Half a teaspoon regular old table salt. And then we're going to add in 3/4 of a cup olive oil. Now I'm using olive oil. Maybe you don't like the taste of olive oil. Again, I don't recommend using vegetable oil or canola, but if that's all you have on hand, it may or may not work. I don't know. Now we're going to let this sit in here for just a minute and let everything just kind of settle down and let it start doing its chemical stuff. So with the olive oil, it's what I've always used. I've had good luck with it. Don't fix it if it ain't broke, right? But there are other things like avocado oil or even black truffle oil, things of that nature. Experiment around. Yeah, play with it. Yeah, that's right. I'm advocating you playing with your food. Why not? Okay, so let me clean my mess up as I go here. Okay, all cleaned up. Now I've got a little immersion blender here. You can do this in your food processor. You can do this in your mini food processor. You can do this in a blender. You can do it in anything that goes whizzy, whizzy, bang, bang really fast. Nothing fancy. Nothing. All right. Word to the wise. I shouldn't have to tell you why I know this. When you insert this into your jar, you want to make sure that it goes firmly to the bottom. Don't move it off of the bottom. You'll have a mess. So keep it firmly on the bottom and start. At this point, since it's mostly emulsified, and I'm still seeing some oil in here a little bit, I'm very carefully and very slowly raising the blender up. Don't bring it up too far. Golly. That is as thick as banana pudding, y'all. Ew. I shouldn't have done that. Grab something I can put this off into. Yeah, look how thick that is. That almost doesn't feel like it warranted turning on a video camera, does it? It was that easy, guys. That easy. Yeah, my hands are clean. I washed my hands. All right, let's see how we turned out. That's pretty full. Look at that, y'all. See how thick that is? Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. That's better than the high-end stuff you get at hoity-toity restaurants. And it was that simple. Kid you not. So I just made enough mayonnaise. $0.07. Top end. And that's if I'd have had to buy the egg. But since the egg was nothing, I had all this stuff on hand. I'm going to conservatively, I'll liberally call this 4 cents. That's what I'm talking about, kiddos. $8, 4 cents, 7 if you have to buy the egg. I told you, I'm all about helping you save money and beat the rising cost of everything by finding things that we can do in the kitchen to help ourselves out, right? God helps those who help themselves. Guys, the flavor on this is amazing. The mustard works with the salt to give it just a little punch, just a little punch. It doesn't taste anything like Miracle Whip. This tastes like real mayonnaise because it is. Okay? So, if you want to save yourself a boatload of money and you guys go through mayonnaise like we do, make you some. I'm going to put the recipe down in the comments so that everybody can enjoy this. If you have any input, if you want to give me feedback, hey, I'm here. Let me know. Again, if you have a larger need, you can always double the recipe and it'll be just fine. You're just going to have to emulsify it a little longer. So yeah, if you don't have an immersion blender, don't worry about it. You can use a food processor. You can use a mini food processor. You can use a blender. You can use the hand crank, but I wouldn't recommend going to the gym beforehand. And you're going to be a little tired. Guys, I hope this helped you out a little bit. I'm going to put a lid on it and put it in the fridge. Joel will appreciate this. All right, guys, that's what I've got for today. So thanks for popping in and sharing some time with me. Y'all stay blessed. You keep looking up. Say thank you. Keep that attitude of gratitude. And we'll see you on the flip. Bye.